Hey, Gomer Nation. Oh, it's
Yo.
big news. It's the big cracker app. Oh, I need to open up a new
Yes.
project. Okay. Cracker Steven side.
Cracker Anthony side.
Okay. Great. I think we should just not talk anymore about it. We should just go right into it.
Great, let's do it. Your mic working, your everything?
Yep. Everything's
Great.
working. All right, great.
All right, let's do it. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, click. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome everybody to the bonus disc.
What up?
Dude, this is my brainchild. So if it's stupid, you can blame me. But
Uh, my theory is, here's my theory. The more mundane our topic is, the more fun it is for some reason. Like we just recorded Star Wars, right?
yeah,
And I can't lie, I felt quite a bit of pressure about that ep, even though we said
yeah,
we were trying not to.
right.
Um,
Too much to talk about. Too
there
much
was a lot to
pressure.
talk about. I'm sure it's a great episode. People have already heard it. We haven't. I've can't remember anything we said,
Yeah,
but that carries so much weight
yeah.
that
We
it's like, what
care.
else? What else do you have to say about it? I dare you to find another episode of any podcast that's completely focused on the most boring thing in the world, a cracker.
Crackers. I
We
actually
Go
earlier
ahead.
today
Yeah.
I did some googling, doing a little bit of research into crackers.
Uh-huh.
One of the things that did come up is the racial slur.
Right.
And so like I don't know if you can say that if you're not
Cracker
supposed to.
cracker is so boring that it's a racial slur for white people. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about what it's based on, which is the boring thing.
Right.
It's so
Totally.
basic and boring.
It's
Um
yeah. Yep. So
yeah.
but like there was like if I am on a trip, we're gonna get at the end of
Hmm.
this episode, we're gonna announce my perfect cracker, what I think is the perfect cracker.
And I have a
Um,
choice as well.
right, and I love this so much that every time I go like anywhere, like if I'm going on a trip
Yeah.
or if I'm like traveling or even if I'm maybe even if I'm gonna stay in a hotel, I buy this
Okay.
and
This
have
is
it
a
with me.
special treat, and it's not a piece of candy. It's
Right.
not cracker, I guess, is savory, right? It's not a
Yes,
sweet.
salty.
You
Right.
and you've never been a big you always you like savory more than I'm a sweet boy. I got a
Right.
sweet
See,
tooth.
I'm savory.
You're a savory
The
boy.
salty,
Yep.
the salty is what I crave for sure.
Yeah. Um. Okay. I have another question for you, but first, I just want to tell people we did make a big effort, not only at the Christmas party, but also with the survey to get other people's pitches for perfect blanks.
Yeah, yeah.
We were thinking about going with one of the amazing ideas. I mean,
Yeah.
it would last us for years, these perfect ideas, but still
Yes.
we were like, we got to start with perfect cracker. We've been talking it up too much.
Gotta do it. We gotta do it. And I'm too passionate about it. Like I love crackers, man. And like I feel
Love
like about
crackers.
crackers the way Alex feels about cereal.
Okay, wow.
You
Then
know,
we have
like
to do, I mean, I wonder what my thing is then. If Alex's thing is cereal, now we've already done Halloween candy, which I was very passionate about.
yep.
um what I would like to do at some point, here's a pitch, is some sort of like Oreo taste test, because there are
Mm.
so many kinds of Oreos now,
Mhm. Right.
to do something even more specific than perfect cracker, which is to take something that has a lot of variations
Yeah.
and find the perfect one of that. So perfect
Love it.
Oreo, I always come back to because I love Oreos, but there's also like
Ooh.
a certain kind of chip, like perfect
Yep.
Pringle.
Mm, I love it. Or like M&M.
That's a great one.
Like
Yes, a lot of
uh,
variation. Perfect
I
Coke.
have a lot. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, we've already got pizza, cheeseburger. Man, why do we always do this in the middle of the day when I am so hungry, dude?
Yeah,
Also,
we
I
we
think I'm gonna
also
stand at my standing
record at the
desk.
worst time for me.
Oh
Between we
man.
record 11 to 2. And so I
Yep.
ate lunch at 10:45
Right.
and I'm trying to eat better this year. Going well so far, but I'm already like so hungry. Oh, Anthony's pushed. What number is it that you pushed on your standing desk
3.
to make 3? Me too.
Yes.
What's your one sitting?
One. I have 2 is sitting, and then I just have 1 is like it's still like the lowest setting. I only have
Okay, I
2.
see.
I only have 2 set up right now.
Okay. I have one sitting, two sitting so I can scooch all the way in to my
Mm.
desk, and then
Mm-hmm.
3 is standing, and then I have 4 even higher just in case I need, like when you take selfies and you need like a
Oh,
top
like an
down
up.
shot.
Yeah.
I look best on I look best on Zoom at the 4 setting, I think. Anyways,
That's
perfect
amazing.
perfect standing desk setting.
Perfect standing desk, dude. I'm loving this thing, man.
Awesome. Right. People saw you open that at the Christmas party. I'm hoping it'll be a
Yep.
perfect what no, Gomer's favorite thing next year.
Oh yeah.
Oh crap.
Yeah. I bought this so I could make perfect her Gomer's favorite thing.
That's my main goal in life is my Christmas presents become your favorite things next year. Okay,
Totally, dude.
so perfect cracker. The question that I have for you is does this thing that you were talking about, crackers on trips, does that go back into your childhood? Like what's the childhood cracker situation for you? Or are you a cracker family? In this
Okay,
way that we're
so
talking about it with actual physical crackers. By the way, I'm trying to eat less carbs, and this is the worst episode also for because I
oh,
have these crackers with me and I've been taste
same
testing them,
thing.
of course.
Well, it's the same thing for cereal.
Yeah,
Like a cereal episode. It's just like there is no cereal that's like super healthy to eat all the time, right? It's well, okay, that's not true. Okay. But when you're trying to do like less carbs and stuff like
right.
that, like
Yeah,
and also we don't tend to follow serving sizes very well either. Cuz like
they're so
think about
small.
like
The actual serving size is like it's like a half a cup of French toast
right.
crunch. What?
Right. That's like a bite.
200 calories per large mouthful.
Alex used to like open the bag and eat the whole bag.
Cereal is a great. Do we talk about this on the cereal episode? It's a great snacking food
Yeah.
where it is a great size and a great thing to eat dry. I
Yep.
mean, it great in that it tastes wonderful and
Mm.
works and it has a great mouthfeel.
Yep.
But crackers as a young person, did your family have a lot of crackers in the
Right.
house?
Yeah. So cheese and crackers
Okay.
always. Like
And
that.
do you mean cheese on top of crackers or those cheese and crackers crackers?
No, no, no. Like cheese on top of crackers.
Okay.
So like growing up in Wisconsin, if you
Mm-hmm.
go to any function ever,
Yeah.
there's rectangles of yellow, orange, and white cheeses,
Yeah.
various crackers,
Uh-huh.
usually the buttery kind,
Okay, right. Yep.
sometimes the more crispy kind, and then various salamis. But
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't. It's like the pre-charcuterie board.
I was just
Like,
gonna say charcuterie. It's hard for me to say it. Charcuterie board
yeah,
is too fancy an image or a term for what you're talking about, which is what I remember, which is not all the cheese was sliced quite perfectly. The
right.
crackers are kind of pedestrian. And then the salami is like actually just a plastic bag full of pepperoni opened up and put on this board.
Totally, the bag of pepperoni.
Um, which I mean, that's really yummy.
For
But calling it
sure.
a charcuterie board is a little bit much for for what I remember when I
Totally.
was a kid.
Right. I grew up on charcuterie boards.
Yeah,
Now, if you went to my, because I'm also thinking about like my two grandmas. Okay,
yeah,
so everybody knows my grandma Churchill, one of my favorite people of all time. Wouldn't
right.
be here without her.
Mm-hmm.
She obviously, literally,
Yes.
um, and she would have like the buttery crackers, cheese,
Uh-huh.
and like bread and butter
Oh, yeah, good.
stuff
Yep.
like that. Maybe like a little bit of ham, things like that. My
What about
grandma
an
George,
olive?
no, no, no. Okay, so my grandma Georgeson,
Yeah.
Ava Fazolino,
Uh-huh.
she is the
Okay, here
one
we
that
go.
like there'd be a bunch of different kind of olives,
Okay.
weirder cheeses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More flavored crackers, um,
Dates?
or
Was there
there
any fruits
sure
on these
there'd
boards?
be oh absolutely there'd be dates, there'd be um date bars, no, but there'd be like um apricots,
Uh-huh. Dried
marcone
apricots.
almonds,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
various spreads. So my grandma
Oh, right.
Georgeson, the
Mm-hmm.
Italian who grew up in Boston, dang it, I'm getting so hungry. Um, she would have, you'd have salty, you'd have sweet,
Yeah.
you'd have briny, you'd have crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
She she was doing charcuterie. She was doing charcuterie boards for real.
Now, I'm glad we're talking about this because the cracker portion of that board,
Yep.
and I think maybe I'm wrong about this. You're the one who Googled it. I think the original purpose of the cracker is just as a vessel to
Yep. A cracker is a
transport
yep.
that more delicious stuff into your mouth. What
Yes.
we're
Okay.
talking
So
about here is we're getting down to the basics and just saying you put a cracker in your mouth and which one is the perfect one to do that with, or are we talking about also transportability of other items to the
I
mouth? Like what are you
yeah.
thinking?
I'm thinking all that's
Okay,
included. I
got it.
think cracker as vehicle is
Yep.
totally great. Cracker as vessel,
Mm-hmm.
also cracker by itself. I mean, it's like, whenever you're trying to do a low carb thing,
Yeah.
it's always the vehicle that's the problem.
Right.
Because like we make some pretty killer like super low cal dips.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we make this one that's like literally roasted red peppers and balsamic vinegar. So like if we're doing on a
Mm-hmm.
WW, it's
Mm-hmm.
free.
Right. Yep.
But it or chips and salsa is another great example. You could drink salsa till you're blue in the face.
And
But
you
it's
sent me
the
those powders, right? Those that like peanut powder, like the everything
oh, yeah, yeah,
bagel,
yeah.
like
Yep.
spice where you can put it into Greek yogurt or some other
Yep.
low fat thing. The problem is, how do you get that stuff into your mouth?
Yes, it's the vehicle. Even like you could do chicken salad, tuna salad, egg salad. You can do
Mm-hmm.
even things like that
Yep.
that are like you can do them carb free. You can
You
do them high
could,
protein
yes.
style. You can eat with celery,
Or a
chicken.
slice of cucumber.
Yep,
There's
cucumber works.
obviously the vegetable kind of route to get that
Yep,
stuff into your mouth.
for sure.
Um, but it pales in comparison to a
Yeah.
cracker,
Oh, we found at Trader Joe's these jicama wraps.
right? Okay.
So like they look like tortillas,
Mm-hmm.
but they're made out of jicama. So you kind of got to like double or triple wrap because it just falls apart
Yeah.
after
Yep.
just mild touching.
The minute it touches the oils of the skin, it
Yeah.
evaporates.
So you're looking for that vehicle,
Yeah.
but yeah. So a vehicle or a solo, or
Uh-huh.
there's the sandwich.
Yep.
You know, there's there's all the different things. So anything's good for me
Okay.
to talk
I
about
I
with
want I want
crackers.
to I just want to suggest that the perfect cracker, now you can disagree with me or whatever you want to do, works
Yep.
on its own as well as a vessel.
1,000%.
Okay.
My perfect cracker needs nothing.
Okay.
Needs nothing.
Mine too. Um,
It's my favorite thing.
do we need to uh, uh, do we need to do any more defining of what we're talking about when we talk about cracker? For me, um it's a savory item. Like if a cracker gets into
Right.
like sweet, that is more of a cookie to me. Like I know that there's some things that kind of ride the middle. Um,
Sure. Okay, so like is a graham cracker a cracker?
oh, that's a good question.
Let me actually look up the definition of a cracker and we'll see
I mean,
if Google's like, "You're what are you looking up?" Oh wait,
I
hold
think
on. Okay. Here's the definition Oxford Dictionary.
okay.
A thin, crisp wafer
Mm-hmm.
often eaten with cheese or other savory toppings.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the second definition is a person or thing that cracks.
What?
What?
So, what kind of person would that be? A person who cracks jokes?
Well, okay. Okay. So on Christmas, Erin's
Yeah.
sister, she lives in London town,
Uh huh. Right. Fair
and she
London
always
town.
sends, yep, she sends us crackers, which are
Yeah.
these fun, festive, like little toys, and you crack them open, and then there's a little prize inside
Oh,
and a
I see.
little
Yeah,
paper
sure.
hat.
That sounds very European to me. Yeah.
Super fun. Everybody wears the little crown while you eat your Christmas dinner. Super
Yeah.
fun.
Yep.
That's a
Okay.
cracker.
Speaking of Christmas, Nutcracker. That's a guy. That's a person who cracks
Yep, it's a person who cracks. Totally. On
a
Wikipedia,
nutcracker.
it says cracker, sometimes white cracker or cracka, is a racial epithet. Okay,
Crack.
so that's Wikipedia said.
Cracka, he says. Um, do you remember when we would call movie phone and that guy would say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yeah.
That's what you
I'm gonna
just
get
sounded
you,
like.
sucker. Totally.
Times 3:30, 6, and 9:30. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Um,
Also, there's Cracker Barrel,
Cracker Barrel. Yeah, sure. A
a
restaurant with a
restaurant.
big gift shop in the front where you can buy like funny
Yep.
magnets and
Yep.
butter churns. Is
Sure.
that
Right.
what you call
And
them?
rocking
Yeah.
chairs.
Right. All the rocking chairs you could want at Cracker Barrel. Um,
Yep.
okay. So I guess what I was going for was savory, but I mean
Yeah.
the the best defense for a graham cracker is that crackers in the title of the food,
Right.
which I may come back to because one of the crackers that I love probably could be argued that it is not a cracker, but it says it is on the box.
Okay. So I guess I wonder if a good definition is that it would go good with cheese,
Okay.
and you would not have cheese on a graham cracker.
I
You
mean,
would
the
have
topping of
chocolate.
a graham cracker is the s'more
Right.
stuff, right?
Is a graham cracker any good without that? I guess you
Yeah,
can eat
it
them.
is. Have you ever
Eh,
just eaten graham crackers? They're
of
good.
course I have. Are you having that much fun?
I am. When I have a graham cracker, I'm having so much fun.
Okay. That's
You
fun.
know what's
Okay,
really good
there's
to dip a graham cracker in is
mm.
this yogurt that I love, Noosa. Have you ever had Noosa
Ooh,
yogurt?
I love Noosa.
If you
Yes.
dip just, you know how the graham cracker is actually in quarters because you can break it in
Yep.
half and then there's another. You take just one quarter and
Yep.
dip it into that Noosa. I would say
Yep.
blackberry or blueberry or even raspberry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It tastes so good. It's so high in calories. It is.
Right, right.
It sounds healthy. It's not. Who gives a
All
rip?
that.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, all that
Um.
is health halo. Yeah, so okay. I do like graham crackers. I didn't want to give it too much hate. But yeah, and then animal crackers is another one too.
Though those kinds of things, I guess, were not where my mind went when I thought about this episode.
Right, right. Yep.
It's more of the definition that you had a thin wafer, often topped with cheese or other savory foods.
Right. So what are some adjectives then? Crispy, Like
Yep.
a cracker has to be crispy, right?
I would even go so far to say it has to be salty. Am I going too
Yeah.
far there? I guess maybe it doesn't, but crispy, thin, wasn't
Thin.
that one of the
Yep.
adjectives in that definition?
Yep.
Um,
Pairs with cheese.
Pairs with something, but like we said, to really achieve perfection, I think it needs to stand
Okay.
on its own.
Can fly solo. Sure.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Um, for me, I would say the cracker that we had most in our house. Now, I say all this with fear and trepidation because it might, at any moment, I might name your perfect cracker, and
Oh, that's
I don't
okay.
want to spoil
You
things. So you're just
probably
gonna have
will.
to like stare at me blankly if I do. Um,
Okay.
but we were a real Triscuit family growing up.
Okay. Got it.
I don't know if that. I guess a question for you I would have is, does that make sense to you when you think about our family? Like
Sounds great.
Triscuit is like kind of like hearty.
Oh, totally.
It's not too like flashy. It's a very
Yep.
like working man's cracker is the Triscuit.
It's it's basic, dude.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Totally. And it makes me think a little bit European in that, you think of a European bread is
Yep.
like whole wheat,
Yeah.
hearty,
Hearty. Yep.
pretty basic,
Mm-hmm.
healthy, or at least a high health halo.
Yep.
You're like, yeah, I could absolutely see that, and I love it.
There's also something about the Triscuit that it's what is that cereal that
Shredded
um
wheat.
shredded wheat. It's got, do you know what I'm talking about? It's not one,
Layers.
that's right. It's
Yes.
got layers.
Has
All
air.
all
Yeah,
of
it's
this to say is that all of these
woven.
crackers are probably made by the same company in the same factory with the same materials, and they just form them differently. I have that like suspicion that
Sure.
Triscuit is no different than anything else. They've just figured out how to shape whatever material they make the stuff out of differently.
Right.
Um, Triscuit has a lot of. I'm on the Triscuit website right now, which is, I mean, I highly suggest it. It's my homepage. Just kidding.
Ooh, share
Um,
screen, dude.
uh, it's got like, I'm clicking on see flavors. So I
Yep.
will tell you, this is not one of my top three,
Okay.
but
Um,
it is one that we would often. I mean, this was like, I think, and maybe my family that listens to the Patreon will tell me if they agree with me, but I think this was our primary cracker, was the
okay, yeah.
Triscuit.
Oh man.
So
Look
look,
at all that
cheddar,
stuff.
roasted garlic. See flavors brought me to a weird
Mm,
page that wasn't
yeah.
pleasing to me. Snack Works must be the. I'm telling you, they're all owned. Oh, look at this stuff, dude. Whoa, look at all these flavors of Triscuits. Cracked
Yeah,
pepper and
see.
olive sounds great. Balsamic,
Oh yeah.
fire roasted
Mhm.
tomato, roasted garlic. Then you've got like the thin crisps, which that's a great invention
Yep. Mhm.
for these
Oh yeah,
crackers
cuz you can
because
eat tons more.
you can
See,
eat more.
it makes the vehicle a little lower calories so you can have more dips.
Right. And so if you can figure out a dip that's
Uh-huh.
not that's not as fattening, then the
Yep.
thin crisps are great. There's also this four cheese and herb tzatziki
Ooh.
flavor.
Oh. Oh man, I want tzatziki with like a little some cucumber and dill on top.
I also love just
Little
the I love the graphics
olive.
on the front. They really try hard to make a cracker look like the best food you will ever eat because it's like
Yeah.
piled
Well,
high with cheese and olives and salami and stuff like that. I just
oh,
like looking at a good box of crackers.
yeah. Well, I remember. So one of the fun things about a box of crackers is there's always recipes on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's
You're right.
always serving suggestions. They always
Uh-huh.
look so cool. You're like, man, I want to cut up things and do that,
Yeah.
and you don't almost ever do,
100%. I agree. And it's always like
because
this Christmas.
yeah,
I don't know why my mind always goes to that, but like next time we host, I'm gonna
yep,
make the most amazing cracker charcuterie
yeah,
board that
Yep.
anybody ever did see.
Right.
They'll yell and cheer and walk around the neighborhood with me on their shoulders. It's gonna be so good. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, veggie
As soon
tray,
as it as soon as it comes to it, you're like, oh nah, I'll just buy one at Publix.
right?
Now I must say, dude,
Yeah.
Erin makes a mean charcuterie board.
Okay, I
She
believe you.
she does it. She's fantastic. And actually, I would probably say that cheese and crackers, charcuterie, red wine, that is probably Erin's favorite meal
Huh.
of all time. That is her
That
favorite meal of all time.
that sounds like a collection of appetizers
Yep.
or sides is her favorite meal. Um,
Yep.
no judgment. That sounds amazing. And we've gone to restaurants before and just ordered appetizers or sides.
Sure, sure, yeah. There's something like very it's fun. Like you can
Yeah.
like I'm gonna try this combo.
Yep.
I'm gonna try a sweet and salty combo or like and when I get to my perfect cracker, I'll tell you my perfect combo.
Okay.
But it's very like that's probably something that's kind of been dying down during COVID is like a charcuterie board
Yeah.
with friends. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
gathering around meat, cheese, fruit,
Mm-hmm.
nuts,
Mm-hmm.
veggies is it's communal.
Yep.
Like it's sometimes you see people like host like a big party and then there's a whole table
Yeah.
of charcuterie out.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a dream world, man. So that would be Aaron's favorite meal, I would say.
I think
Um,
the only thing that suffered more is the fondue pot,
I know, man. We
which is a real
almost did
shame.
fondue last Christmas with our family that we were like basically in a bubble with,
Yeah.
and then we were like decided not to.
It's a little much for yeah,
Dude,
pandemic. I know.
it fondue has suffered in the pandemic for sure, man.
Fondue, buffet restaurants,
Oh,
charcuterie
sweet
boards.
tomatoes. Totally. I know. So we love a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Um, they always look so good. I remember a Triscuit commercial actually
Really?
from when we were in college, and it was
Okay.
like some friends went to college,
Uh-huh.
and we're gonna make Triscuit pizzas. No, we're gonna make Triscuit nachos.
No
Like
way.
all these people in their dorm room. Like it's like a dorm thing you could do. You know what I mean? Like that's why I when I travel,
Uh-huh.
if you don't even need a microwave, and
Guess
you
what?
can
I
have you
found the
can have.
commercial.
Oh baby, let's play it.
Okay,
Can you
hold
share
on.
sound?
I can share some. Okay. I mean, what a world we're living in right now, right? You
Incredible.
can, you can say this commercial and I can find it like that. Okay,
Yes.
I'm sharing it, sharing sound. It's called Vintage Commercial College Triscuit Pizzas.
That's it, dude.
Okay,
Goosebumps.
I'm gonna play this.
Hello? Hey, Stephanie's the new
Hello.
girl. We can teach you. She needs advice, who's who, what's what. And you want pizza. You can make
Dude,
Triscuit
how
pizza.
good
All
does
right,
that
okay.
look?
I'm pausing this.
Look at that.
The commercial the text that came up was Triscuit goes to college. There's these, I mean, these college girls,
Uh-huh. Yep.
quite homely, right? But they're dressed like we were dressed.
No, this
I can't,
looks exactly like us, bro.
late
Not
90s
homely.
college
They look
commercial.
incredible, dude. What are you
Did I use
talking
the wrong word?
about?
Not comely, homely.
Yeah,
Homely
you
or
said home.
comely? Which means pretty? Comely or homely?
Homely means like not pretty.
No, these girls are pretty because they've got 90s bangs.
Like homey, like the place looks homey. Yeah, they look like exactly like in college we would have been like, whoa,
Look
totally.
at this girl's haircut. Now,
Yup.
if you follow us on, if you're a Patreon that's 13.1, you can watch all of this. This
Yeah.
girl looks like the mom from Partner to Santa Claus one. Her
Yup.
haircut, a very
Sure.
severe bang, and
Yep.
kind of like a swoop at the like a bob almost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then I mean, it is a multiracial group, right? She's
Mm-hmm.
got friends of every race.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Definitely. Here's where it says Triscuit goes to college. Let's just watch from the beginning again. Sorry, it's too good.
Hello? Hey.
Hello?
Stephanie's the new
Hello?
girl. We.
Oh, they're greeting each other. This is supposed to be a dorm room.
Yeah. Okay.
This
This
girl
is
is new to
Felicity.
college. Now I'm getting it.
This is Felicity, dude. You know what
Her
I
new
mean?
roommate comes in and says, hello.
Uh-huh.
Hello? Hey. Stephanie's the new girl. We can teach you. She needs advice, who's who, what's what. And you want pizza. You can make Triscuit pizza. Sauce, cheese, pepperoni.
Triscuit pizzas. I could smell these all the way down the hall.
You feel like nachos.
The hall.
Nachos? Crunchy nachos with
Where whatever building they're in right now, it does not have a hall in it.
Totally.
It looks like they're in
Come
some
on.
sort of massive house. Wait, I got to go back to this recipe they spout off real quick. So this girl wants to know who's who, what's what, and how to make a pizza. Those are the things she
Right.
wants to learn about college.
Right.
who's who, what's what. And you want pizza. You can make Triscuit pizza. Sauce, cheese, pepperoni.
Triscuit.
Okay,
But they
sauce.
have olives on it, though.
Yeah, they did have they neglected to mention the olives. Sauce,
Right.
cheese, pepperoni. They're all making this together. They're having a great time in college.
Pizzas. I could smell these all the way down the hall.
You feel like nachos.
Oh, those
Okay.
nachos look so good.
So
I
this
want
is
that.
exactly what you're talking about. They're not just making a pizza. They have made
Right.
nachos with Triscuits.
Yep.
Looks like some sort of queso, tomatoes, and
Yep.
some sort of ground meat.
Nachos. Nachos? Crunchy nachos with the cheese all melted in the nooks and crannies.
Oh,
This is
olives
like
again.
study food.
I think she's gonna do okay.
Triscuit. Open a box.
too.
Make up a snack. And try
That is
Triscuit Thin
amazing
Crisps.
marketing,
the crispy
dude.
triangle
Thin
that
crisps.
snacks.
There they are, and
Like
they're
a
shaped
chip.
like Doritos. Those
Hello?
things. No more. Okay, we're not going to watch it again. What a find!
Yeah, wait, what about that? What's that McDonald's commercial there, dude?
Oh, I already closed
that?
it down.
Oh, dang it. It had 1979 McDonald's breakfast commercial.
I don't want to waste that content.
That
Oh no!
sounds
Dang it! I stopped
great.
recording.
What?
My thing stopped
How long
recording.
ago?
27:17.
Okay, I'm at 30. You can just get the audio from
Okay.
this.
I will. Yep.
But
Okay,
why don't
I'm
you
gonna-
start again?
I'm gonna start again. At when? Can you stop?
Jeez, I don't know. Let me stop. Okay, hold on. I stopped at 31:30. Yeah.
Because
Here, do
then I
this.
can
Go-
just all that is putting in my audio from the commentary that we just did.
Right. Go ahead to 31:30.
Okay. Hold on. It's not letting me for some reason. Because I haven't recorded that far out. It's not letting me go forward. That's weird.
Oh, top right. Drag that like the.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, that thing. Yep, I see.
Yeah.
That's that thing that stops it. 31:30 you said?
Yep. 31:30.
Okay. 31:30. Okay, I got it.
31:30.
Can we clap?
All right. Okay. Oh, did you start?
No, not yet.
Okay, let's start together. Okay.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Click. All right, rolling. Let's clap. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. All right. Well, great commercial. Good stuff.
So
Let's
awesome.
we'll save the McDonald's ones for other content.
Yeah, dude. That's one thing we have not yet had. We did go to McDonald's.
Oh
but we
yeah.
haven't had McDonald's breakfast yet. So I think maybe we'll get that this weekend, dude.
Okay, great. That sounds good.
Mm.
Okay. Let's get to our perfect cracker. I have some runners up.
Okay.
Do you have any
Great.
runners up?
Yeah,
do
I
you
mean, I
just-
have
are you-
over 12 crackers listed here.
Okay.
Um,
I'd be hard pressed to name 12 crackers. I think I probably could. Can you just run down that list?
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna save my 2.
Okay, great.
I'm
But
gonna
let's
save my
hear
two.
let's hear the 10 runners up.
Okay. Okay. Well, and also crackers have different functions, bro. Okay. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we've got the cheesy crackers.
Yeah.
So kids, they love their goldfish.
Okay. Well, hold on.
There it is.
Goldfish is one of my runners up. And I thought
Really?
maybe I thought it wouldn't be allowed, but it says this is the one I'm talking about that says it's a
Yep.
cracker right on the box.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Baked snack crackers which I think were originally invented to put in soup. That's why they're
Yum.
fish shaped.
Sure.
But
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh,
know
that
that many
sounds so
people
good.
do that anymore. Like, what are those oyster crackers that you put in soup?
Yep.
Like that, but funner.
R- Funner and more cheesy. Um,
But the
yeah, dude.
original ones are not that cheesy.
Oh, okay. Like they're just crackers in the shape of fish.
Right.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So, I mean, dude, that's one you can just have a handful of. I mean,
I'm doing that right now.
like, no, no, no. But you fill that hand, you just go like, it's
All
your
right.
hand is a shovel.
I'm eating them
You
one
know,
at a time, which is
I
strange.
will make you fishers of men. Ah, right. Like your nets will be overflowing.
And there were 132 fish. That's your. That's what happens when you really fill your hand up. Yeah.
Yep. So I do love goldfish, but I think I mentioned this before. We had so many goldfish for so many years that when we had Cheez-Its, we were like, dang, that's extreme cheese flavor.
So I asked Jack what his favorite cracker is, and he said Cheez It.
Really.
Yeah. That's a
Yep.
very popular cracker. Kids love it.
Mm.
Kids love
Okay.
any cracker that tastes like cheese already.
Yes, 100%. So but that kind of goes against we've got thin, crispy, crunchy, salty pairs with cheese or topping. It doesn't fit in there.
Yeah, you wouldn't put cheese on a Cheez It. Well, I suppose you
Mm,
could, and it would taste
well,
great, but
that's a pleasure stack, and it would be good. Now the problem is a Cheez-It actually could work maybe like as a scooper for like some sort of dip. Ooh, what? Maybe I don't know what kind of dip would go good with Cheez-It's. Just good on its own.
what if you dipped a Cheez It into now this is, I don't know, it could be gross, but into like a marinara sauce because you've got the
Yeah.
like cheesy flavor and the carb. And so if you dipped it into marinara, would it taste, would you get a pizza taste?
Hmm. It's interesting. I could
Yeah.
see a kid doing that with like ketchup or something.
Well, yeah, that's true. This is if it's getting close to ketchup for a dip, then I'm going to back off of the marinara idea.
Right. Okay, so you've got the cheesy. I would say Cheez-It crushes the cheesy flavor, but the mildness of a goldfish,
Something special about that.
it's the
Subtle.
Cheerio of the cracker world. You know, it's like
What you're saying about kids. I mean, my kids would just to make them happy. You just put a spread the 2-year-old charcuterie board,
yeah.
which is Cheerios, goldfish, and then
Mhm.
like cheese or ham cut up into little cubes,
Yeah.
and they're
Oh.
happy as pigs in goldfish.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Um okay, I love that. Okay, then there's the more buttery crackers.
Yes.
So you've got your Ritz, you've got your
Love a
Club.
Ritz. Yep. Love a club.
Um, what else is there there's like Townhouse.
And do you find these are these on your runners up? Like, are these lesser crackers
The
for you?
yeah, these are good. They kind of well, okay, I mean they're great. If you hand me a nice piece of mild Colby on a Ritz cracker,
Mm-hmm.
heaven, man.
Love.
Buttery, crispy, flaky, pillowy, cheesy, but not super fancy, right? Like
Would you enjoy eating a sleeve of Ritz with
no.
nothing on them?
Well,
Okay.
I would. I mean,
Yeah, that's the problem. I would too. But Ritz really benefits from a topping.
yep,
It knocks
Ritz,
it out of the
Ritz,
park. Yeah.
yep. Okay, so we mentioned oyster crackers.
Yeah.
So to me, oyster crackers are like growing up, we'd have like clam chowder. New England clam chowder.
Now, was this out of a can or was it made?
Oh yeah, dude. So we used to get Progresso,
Uh-huh.
what New England clam chowder. That's the white kind,
Uh-huh. Yep.
and then oyster crackers, dude. Mm.
oyster crackers can sometimes come in just a massive bag too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you
Oh
can
yeah.
just like get like a huge, even they always come in a bag, don't they?
Yep. Yep.
Oyster
Totally.
crackers, that kind of
Yep.
bag, you know what I mean? And there's always so many of them. You put them in that clam chowder,
Mm-hmm.
and that tastes good.
Yeah. Now
Adds
I
some
remember
mouthfeel.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Like the round,
Mm-hmm.
small, salty.
Yeah.
The way it melts is perfect, or not
Yeah.
melts. Absorbs some of
Right.
the chowder, or like chicken soup or something like that. A nice split pea soup.
You could have a
Like
similar conversation to what we had with cereal when it comes to oyster crackers and goldfish. Like its
mm,
absorbency, how well it
yes.
stays. So I would say a goldfish stays crispier in a soup.
Mm-hmm.
Oyster cracker absorbs it, even gets filled by the soup.
Yeah, dude. It's like the
Yum.
Crispix.
The crispix of soup.
Yeah. Now, goldfish, we do sometimes have goldfish on chili.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
That's
great idea.
Have you ever had peanut butter with chili?
No. Interesting.
Dude, okay. So hungry right now. So, dude, if you have chili and
Yes.
then you have a cracker with some peanut butter
Yeah.
and chase a spicy chili bite, something magical happens.
Huh.
Where the peanut butter,
It's never crossed my mind. Is it a crunchy peanut butter?
no, 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 like smooth.
Creamy. Okay.
So like
Yeah.
Erin growing up, they always had peanut butter and crackers
Yeah.
and um and
Chili.
then with their chili. It's so good.
Interesting. I'm for some reason that doesn't gross me out. That actually sounds like it could work.
It's really good. Next time you have
Okay.
chili, just get a tablespoon of peanut
Mm-hmm.
butter and try it with it. I
Okay.
actually saw it on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives once. This one guy, like puts peanut butter in the chili,
Yeah.
either stirs it in or like a dollop on top. Dude, it's incredible.
Okay.
So
I'm
good.
gonna try it.
Okay, so try that,
Yeah.
especially if it's spicier chili. Um, One other category would be
Yeah.
sandwiches, cookie sandwich or cracker sandwiches.
Cracker sandwiches. So you mean like a Ritz? Like you can buy those Ritz. They're not called Ritz bits. What are they called? Like Ritz peanut
They're
butter Ritz
like
or whatever.
so you've got the toast cheese, which is like it's basically a big Cheez-It with peanut butter.
Okay. Another
Have you ever
odd
had
mixture, I think, cheese and peanut butter that you wouldn't think
dude?
would work, but works.
There's the dip for your Cheez-Its, bro. Try
Yeah,
that.
okay. I like that.
Try that.
That's great.
Cheez-It with a scoop of peanut butter, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
That is really good. But that's so when I used to pick up Lily in like third grade, I would always have one of those on me.
Okay.
So that's sort of
Mm.
like her nostalgia for that. But you can see those in the cracker aisle too. Like they have a bunch
Yeah.
of different like sandwich crackers. So there's like cheese on cheese. There's like honey graham with like a maybe I guess that's more towards the sweet, but there's like a bunch of
Yeah.
different varieties of that.
Cheese and peanut butter. Yeah. And you can, a lot of times those are generic, right? Just like Publix brand or
Yeah, but
Safeway brand.
there's a brand that
Oh, is
does
there?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a brand that's their bread and butter. That's their
Mm.
cheese and crackers. um Let me see if there's any others. I do like a matzah
Okay. Yeah.
communion wafer.
Me too. Um, man, what are those crackers that I used to put turkey on? And they're like so like crunchy. And what I mean by that is like you're a hippie if you eat them. And
Oh, like super thin.
yeah, and Oprah told me to eat them. Dang it.
Oh,
I can't
shoot,
remember
I
what
don't
those
know.
are called. And I haven't actually probably had one in a decade. But um, yeah, it reminds me of a matzo because of how thin it is.
Sure, lavash or something.
Yep. I do like a matzo
Um,
cracker. Yum.
Okay, I do love a matzo cracker.
Yep.
We kind of got into for a while rice crackers.
Yeah,
So do you
I
ever have those?
we do. I don't love them. Something
Don't
about
love
the
'em.
texture
All right. I
is
kind of
doesn't
like
do
the
it for me.
texture.
Okay.
It's a little, yeah.
Very crispy, those rice crackers.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It's just like so like if we had a beer cheese dip
Yeah. Okay.
and a rice cracker in that, so good because it was so crunchy.
Okay.
Almost as like you're getting towards the crunchiness of like a nut. It's that crunchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um,
So there's very little absorbency in a rice cracker.
right.
Um, so I don't know. I like a little give, maybe.
Okay.
So I'm not against it, and it actually is a great alternative, right? Because it's rice.
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe I should try them again. But yeah, I have tried them, and it wasn't. It didn't float my boat like a regular cracker does.
Okay. Then third to last. So sometimes we go the bougie route.
Expensive cracker,
Right.
and those are. You mean the crackers that not aren't in the cracker aisle, but they're like by the cheese?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So sometimes like a water cracker
Uh-huh. Yep.
or like the pepper ones. So it's
Mhm.
like it's bigger. So it's like probably like 3 inches.
Yeah.
It's round and they come in a sleeve in like a
Mhm.
long rectangle box. And
It's not
they
only a
look
sleeve, it's also a container, right?
yeah. A
You
bit
you
a bit
you slide it
pretentious.
out of a long box,
Yeah.
and they've got a plastic tray, and there's
Yeah.
a sleeve inside that tray.
Yeah. They know what you're doing. We're just gonna set it up for you.
um, a Gomer's tip: those usually go on sale right after Christmas or New Year's.
Yes. Ooh. Good tip. That's
You can
right now.
stock up on expensive crackers for regular cracker prices
Yep.
once the big holidays are done, the day after.
Yep. Now I would say a downfall on those. That's incredible for brie.
Yep.
That's incredible for some blue cheese or
Mm-hmm.
um,
If you're gonna
a
if you're gonna
nice
buy a more expensive cheese, it feels good to put it on a more expensive cracker.
yeah. It I think it's because so like for example like Lily, she loves caviar
Yep.
once
You've
a
got a
year.
caviar daughter.
Yep. And so like that's fantastic for that because it's extraordinarily mild flavor.
Yeah.
It's not very salty at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's that is a blank slate. That's a vessel.
Okay, I got
That's
it. Yes,
the
I
the
understand.
pearl spoon of cracker. Like it doesn't add anything, but it just
No,
is,
it
you know.
exists for what it's carrying.
And so that would go against our perfect
Yeah,
adjectives of can fly solo. You wouldn't really eat.
no, and that's why those aren't in my top because I want to be able to eat that cracker on its own.
Okay. Of those bougie ones, there's this one that's like a biscuit. It's
Mm-hmm.
thicker. It's a brown biscuit. It's kind of sweet.
Okay.
And we always have that with baked brie. So take puff pastry,
Mm-hmm.
brie,
Mm.
some maybe brown sugar, some cranberries,
Yeah.
rewrap it in the puff pastry, and then just scoop it on that biscuit. Go to heaven.
Wow. You zhuzh it up.
That's a pleasure stack.
Yeah.
And apples. You could have that with apples too.
So did you just name all of your runners up in those categories?
Yeah, I have one other runners up and then my perfect.
Okay. Expertly done. Great job. This episode is
Okay.
really kicking right now. Okay, can I give you my runners up?
So, yes,
I already gave you my runners up. I have 3 runners up and a top cracker.
Okay.
One of them I already showed, and I've been eating a little bit of goldfish cheddar.
Yep.
Love. What have you
wish
ever
I
had
had
like
that.
those like extreme goldfish?
Yeah. Okay. That is a major debate in our house.
Really?
The girls love it. I hate it.
Okay. I can only handle a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But once I go back to the cheddar,
Yep.
it's what you were saying about like it's more subtle and it just tastes better.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. This one might be the next 2 might be controversial. Actually, all mine. I don't know.
Great.
This is something I really love, and that is a pretzel crisp. So the reason why this might be controversial is because it's not because it's a pretzel,
Yep.
but it's not really because they made it into a chip. It's big and flat. It's like a big flat
Yeah.
chip shaped
Right.
pretzel. Um, I like this with hummus.
Hold on. Let's talk
So
about that for just a
salty.
second.
Okay.
Let's talk about that for a second.
I'm
So,
gonna try. I'm gonna try to pick out a whole one so that I can show the viewing audience what it is. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it looks like a pretzel. It just looks like a pretzel that like got run over by a steamroller.
right.
So
Yes.
crisp, so
Oh
good.
yeah. Okay, let's talk about this one. Oh yeah, that's so crisp. Let's talk about this one for a second.
Okay.
First of all, I don't know that's a cracker,
Yeah,
or is it a chip, or is it a pretzel?
I might have to disqualify it. I guess I'm not sure. But guess what? Big
What?
news. It
What?
says cracker on the front.
No way.
Thin.
Okay.
It says pretzel snack factory pretzel crisps. Thin, crunchy pretzel crackers. That's
Okay.
how they're defining it. So,
Okay.
I mean, I know it's they're defining what they are. So I don't know if that holds water, but anyway.
Sure. Okay. So I have to tell you a real quick story about those in particular, dude.
Okay.
So when Isla was probably 2 or so,
Uh huh.
she first had those,
Yeah.
but she had the buffalo. Have you
Oh
ever had
yeah.
the buffalo ones?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And she's had that for lunch with hummus every single day since to this day.
No way.
So she has those except the buffalo kind with original hummus from Sabra every
Yeah.
single day for the last 4 years.
Is that your go-to hummus, Sabra?
Well, there's Jerusalem Bakery here, which is the number one ranked
Oh,
hummus in all of Atlanta,
really?
and it is lights out, bro.
As
But
far
we do
as
love
like
Sabra. We do love
right,
Sabra.
as far as like maybe
Definitely.
grocery brand Sabras where you
Yeah, yeah,
go.
yeah.
Us too.
We
Yeah.
usually get what's on sale, but she really likes that,
Okay.
and so we go for it. But I love the like Jewish deli or
Yeah.
some place where they make it with a bunch of tahini, and it's like,
Mhm.
oh
Yeah,
man.
that's good.
But yeah, you're right. That's the dip for that. That
Okay.
also works on that roasted red pepper dip that
Okay.
we make. That does work for that.
Um, here's my first runner-up,
Oh, I
and
see
I'm
it.
afraid to say
I
that
see it.
it doesn't say that it's a cracker, and it's a
Oh,
wheat thin.
okay.
Now, I think this could be argued that it's closer to a cookie because it's so sweet.
Hmm. Now, what does it
Original
say?
wheat thin,
Hmm.
and it says snack on the bottom, not cracker.
Interesting. Okay.
It's basically a cookie. I'm eating it right now. It tastes like a graham cracker, but it's thin.
Okay. Would you would put that on a dip? You could have that with that cheese dip. That'd be good.
Oh, for sure. And they've got cheese all over this packaging. Cheese.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They've got a tomato. Yeah. So I'm gonna say this is a cracker.
Okay.
So those are my runners up. Do you want to reveal your final runners up before we get to perfect
Okay.
cracker?
Yep. Okay. One runner up, and it's in honor of sick days.
Hmm.
Pairs well with 7 Up or Sprite or ginger ale.
Wow. Okay. But you're going
J-
real basic.
Just basic, dude. Basic saltine, man.
Saltine gets on his runner up.
I hadn't had a saltine in years and
Yeah.
years and years.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, within the last few months, like I just got some on a whim,
Yeah.
and dude, we have been eating saltines. They come in that white sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Throw them in your rucksack if you want. Like they fit in a perfect bite. Like one of my perfect foods from the firm.
Right.
Like anytime you go to a restaurant,
Uh-huh.
or lots of restaurants, they just have packages of like 2 saltines.
Just in
You know what
one
I mean?
packet. 2 saltines in
Yup.
one plastic bag. Right.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
And it's who's the guy?
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris.
We just
The way
watched
he
Truman
eats.
Show last night. That's why I remembered it, bro.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that movie friggin' holds up.
dude, I watched that recently too. Like within the 2 months, it is so good, right?
I couldn't believe it was done when it was done, which says a
Uh-huh.
lot for me, right? Like
Mm.
I was like, that is such a tight, well structured movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
Anyways,
so
Ed Harris,
good.
he rules, and he was eating saltines in the firm.
He eats saltines in the firm. They go, two sandwiches on rolls, two steak sandwiches on rolls. Then he puts a saltine on his tongue and then goes
Mm-hmm.
like, it disappears.
Okay.
Perfect food in a movie.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love doing that. So I love a saltine. Makes me think of like a sick day,
Yeah.
not in the sick way, but like you're at Grandma Churchill's house having saltines. I don't know. You're on the couch. You're watching,
Yeah.
like HBO. You don't have cable, but she does.
I could eat 2 sleeves of saltines, no problem.
Easy. So good.
So yummy.
Salty.
Yep.
And you know what? It'll settle your stomach. Like there's nothing about it that would upset your stomach or would
It's like a pretty plain piece of toast, the way that would settle your stomach, right? It's
Yep.
just a
Yeah.
cracker version. Yeah, that's good. That's a great
Brats.
that's a great runner up I didn't even think of because it's too
I love it.
obvious.
I love it.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, so you have one more runner up, so do I.
No, I have the perfect and that's it. So go
Okay,
for
me
it.
too. I'll go first because this was your idea. I want you to end.
Okay.
And because mine is odd. But I can't get away from that. This is my favorite cracker.
Wow.
It's not saltine level everyone has ever had this cracker. It might be a cracker people have never had.
Mm.
Here's my favorite cracker. It's the
Ooh.
Townhouse Flip Side.
Okay. Never had it.
Okay, so it's also like Crispix in that it has 2 different sides.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you might take umbrage with this also. One side is a cracker and the other side is a pretzel.
Got it. Okay.
I'm telling you what, dude. It tastes so good. I've never had a cracker so good. It's about time I'm eating and drinking things that I like on the podcast. All the
Right.
back half of last year, I was drinking friggin' Coors Banquets and throwing up.
Finally eating something good, dude.
Townhouse Pretzel Flip Sides, they're called.
Okay.
I know that this is going to be controversial. The people are going to be rioting in the streets over this choice because it's so pretzel forward.
Sure.
But it is.
Now what?
It's called an oven baked cracker.
Yep.
One side is that cracker texture, and the other side is pretty close to that cracker, that pretzel thin.
Yeah. Okay. We got to try this.
I mean, I'm not even kidding. You should go after we record today
I will.
and buy Townhouse Pretzel Flip Sides, and you'll see.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
Mm.
I could imagine that with a nice sharp cheddar,
Anything goes good on this cracker.
a Swiss, maybe some Havarti.
Ooh, actually, that might be the best choice. A Havarti. It's a nice soft cheese, subtle. It does have quite a strong taste, and it's pretty salty because of the 2 items on it.
Okay, yeah.
The Townhouse cracker, I think most people probably have had. It's very buttery. This cuts the butteriness a little bit with a cracker, with a pretzel, with the pretzel side. It's good.
I like that. Okay. Is the pretzel side kind of like waxy, like not waxy, like shiny?
The perfect explanation. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The cracker side is a matte finish, and the pretzel side is gloss, semi gloss.
Perfect, dude.
All right.
All right.
I'm looking forward to this. Here we go. He's taking it out,
dude.
folks.
Hold on. Let me take a bite.
Okay.
I'll see if I can cover it up with the microphone.
Yeah, take a bite off screen so I can't see. Okay, great. Good.
Yeah,
Put it in your
I'll
mouth
take a
off
bite.
screen.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh. That's got some crunch, brother. I guess the best way for me to guess would be to go through all the crackers and figure out the one you haven't named yet. Is this a pretty common cracker?
Super common. We've already talked about it.
Are you kidding me? Is this a
Nope.
Triscuit? It is. Oh, it's like the Sixth Sense. What a twist!
It's
It's
a
been
Triscuit,
Triscuit
dude.
all along.
Triscuit OG, dude.
Well, I'm glad we spent so much time talking about. I mean, we watched that dang commercial.
Yeah, dude. Um, so the whole reason I wanted to do this podcast, and I've wanted to do it for a long time, dude, is
Mm-hmm.
just a love letter to the Triscuit.
I can't believe
I
this really is a twist because we've already spent so much time talking about it.
right.
Wow.
I think it is so perfect. It's perfect on its own.
Mm.
You do not need anything else with this cracker. The woven goodness of it. So I watched it being made earlier today.
You were holding back on me at the beginning of this episode. Woven is
I know.
such an incredible adjective for what the texture is on the Triscuit.
It's like just like my favorite cereal, Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Right?
The health halo on this is very high,
Yep.
right? Like,
Why? Because you think you're eating like wheat or something.
right.
This really feels like you're eating the actual grain.
Well, okay. So the verb is baked.
Okay, right?
So baked whole wheat, 100% grain. So it's got grain, whole wheat. Actually, I did watch some reviews, and they were saying this is one of the better crackers of all time because it's not crazy sodium. I mean, it's still a lot of sodium.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing about crackers after like just the amount of like carbs you're eating.
Uh-huh.
But it's a lot of sodium.
Okay.
But it's only 3 ingredients. So they boil the wheat
Mm-hmm.
and they get it all saturated, and then they like lay it out on this thing.
Yeah.
And like they make the patties of it, and then they bake it.
Huh.
They add salt, and then they add a little bit of oil at the end.
Hmm.
And the mouthfeel, the texture,
A
the saltiness.
big part of it is that texture in your mouth. Yep.
I think that the texture of this cracker is the best because of
Okay.
it's the layers. You know, like when we talked even about Butterfinger,
Yep.
the layers in the Butterfinger, like this has it's the texture is complex.
Yep. It's
Which
a
actually
real it's a real
like yours.
event when you eat a Triscuit.
Oh yeah.
Just like when you eat a butter.
And-
I think that's a great example. Like it's more than just like something that just lays there.
Yep.
It's got texture, it's got depth.
Yeah. I mean, like enlarged to show texture. Like look at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you can see the sea salt crystals. You know, so like
Great.
it's
That is some great graphic on the front of that cover.
for real. 3 simple ingredients. 2 quick things about it.
Yeah.
It was invented by the guy that invented shredded wheat.
There we go.
So it's the dude must have had stock in wheat. So he's like, okay, we make because like I love shredded wheat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it looks like shredded wheat cereal. Like you get the big biscuit, or you get the mini wheats, or you could get
Right.
the frosted mini wheats.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
hearty.
Yep.
My favorite thing to pair with it is brie,
Okay.
and then like a pepper jelly. So
Okay.
like
Yep. Like
if
a
you get, like-
jalapeno pepper jelly.
yeah, like a spicy pepper jelly,
Mm-hmm.
brie, and
Okay.
a Triscuit.
Okay.
If you after a concert, and then a Night on Ponce IPA.
Mm. Yeah.
That's a beer.
Yeah.
After a concert.
Thank you.
And then 2 last things about it.
Yeah.
I actually fell asleep once eating these, and I woke up, and I still had them in my mouth.
I thought you were gonna say the box was still open or you still had it in your hand. No, it was
No,
still uneaten in your mouth.
Like I was just eating them in bed. This was
Yeah.
when I was in Oregon a couple years ago, and I woke up and I was like, oh, and they were still in there.
Wow, that's
So, like,
hard to do. I'm impressed.
That was sweet. And then one time I was at a bar,
Mm-hmm.
on that same trip, and
Okay.
I got to chatting with the guy next to me. This is pre-COVID, right?
Yeah.
And he worked for
Is it
Triscuit.
Nabisco? What's Triscuit?
I was looking at it and I thought it was Nabisco, but
That's a
There's no
weekend of
Nabisco logo on
Nabisco.
here, dude.
Huh, interesting.
Weird. And he worked for Triscuit,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "That's the greatest cracker of all time." And so we struck up
Wow.
a great conversation and had a laugh. So
Okay. I
I
have a
love it.
question for you, and then I have a True Gomer confession,
Okay.
and then we'll probably have to wrap up because we still have an episode
Yep.
to. So the question is, do you remember the movie you were watching when you fell asleep with the Triscuits in your mouth?
Day after tomorrow. No. Deep Impact.
Deep impact. Nothing is better than saying the name of that movie with your favorite cracker in your mouth. Deep impact.
Deep Impact.
Yeah. Then the True Gomer confession is, I would have had Triscuit as my 1 or 2 if I had had it in the house.
Really?
Yeah, the only reason I didn't do it was because I wanted the visual. That is, Anthony's holding it up to the camera right now, in a rare time where it actually looks good. The feed, I mean, sometimes when it's all pixelated,
Right.
but I just saw full screen on my computer that woven texture of a Triscuit.
Like,
Yum, bro.
It's like geometric. You know what I mean?
Geometric,
It's like,
dude.
yeah, it's like the Borg ship. You know what I mean? It's like
a
they
great
may
cracker.
have modeled the Borg ship after this cracker.
Wouldn't be surprised. Call Gene Roddenberry.
Yep.
Hey, I noticed something. Wait, he's dead. From the
Star Wars,
grave.
Denise Okuda, or what, the graphic designer.
Oh, right. Yeah. All right. We did it. The event. I mean, wow, what pressure there was upon us, but we did it. Perfect cracker. I think we can just say that Triscuit is the winner.
Yeah, dude. I felt so bad talking, like, just sort of like being all low key when you were talking about it.
You did a great job. Usually you're terrible at that sort of thing. We're
Dude,
such bad
oh.
actors on the podcast usually. Have you heard our
I was
ad
like, I gotta
reads?
save this.
All right, dude. Well, great crackers. The best part of this
Super
by
fun.
far is that I have an office instead of full of alcohol, full of crackers.
Yes, good.
All right, dude.
Awesome.
Thanks everybody. Have a great one.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Ugh. Dude. I gotta go get those ones you had.
They're so good. I'll send you a
So
picture
good.
of them so you get the right ones. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.